All right, welcome back, guys. So it's another load data video for you guys today. So today we're going back to the 45 ACPs, and we are going to do this one on the 230 grain round nose. So the last 45 ACP that we did was the 200 semi wad cutter. So this bullet here will be the little bit better for feeding into automatic pistols like 1911s, even though the 200 semi wad cutter, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out right over here. That bullet did great compared to what I thought it was going to do. I thought it was going to be a little bit more issues with feeding, but it still did great. So I think these 200 or these 230 grains should do just well too. For case overall length on these, we are looking at 1.255. So now for powder selections, we chose the Hodgdon Tite Group, the Winchester 231, the Alliant Unique, and then the Alliant Bullseye. I know that the Alliant powders are tough to get, but like I said, we like to just include them because we know that there are definitely guys out there that still have them and are looking for data on them, that's for sure. So, and we will eventually add more powders to this and just continue to grow the charts that you'll see at the end of this video with different powders and different velocities and stuff like that with this bullet specifically. But to start, this is where we're starting here. So we did a taper crimp on this because this is going to be more for a semi-auto pistol rather than a revolver. The other thing, I did make a little short video about it, but belling the case mouth is extremely important on these. So that way when you're seating the bullet, to make sure that you're not eating the lead, the case isn't marring up the lead when you're going into the case, because then obviously we'll have exposed lead on our barrel and that's not going to be good. So that's the whole point of the Hi-Tek coating, is to protect our barrels, and it does a great job at that. So if we peel it off the bullet, we're going to have a bunch of lead in our bullets, which is no good. So you want to make sure you're belling the case mouth so that way the bullet is seated in there well. So after we get these shot up, we'll meet you guys in Willie's and we'll go over the data there. We'll see you guys there. Alrighty guys, so now we have all of our loads from our reloading room ready to go out here on the range. So we're gonna shoot these up. We are shooting these through a Thesis 1911. This is a 5-inch barrel at about 10 yards here. So we're gonna get these shot up, take all that data, go inside, put it into a chart for you guys, and we'll talk about it all there. Okay, we're off the range now and we're in front of the big old wall of ammo behind me, the perfect backdrop for these videos. So all that data that we just got out on the range, we took it all in here and I put it all into the chart for you guys. So that chart is right here. So for our main components across the board, obviously this is for the ACME Hi-Tek coated 45 ACP 230 grain round nose bullet, and this one has no lube groove and also no crimp groove, so it's a smooth bullet from the tip all the way down to the bottom. It does have a beveled base on it, so it makes it really nice for loading, especially if you bell the case of the mouth. So for case overall length on this, we are at 1.255 for the overall length. Sectional density on this bullet is 0.161. Obviously the 45 ACPs are all sized to a 0.452 diameter. So when we shot all these, we shot these through this guy right here, which is the Thesis 1911. And I know this isn't really the Cadillac of 1911s, but it's something we had. And surprisingly, this thing does really, really well. No malfunctions on this, and it shoots great, feels great, trigger's pretty good in it too. So it's actually kind of nice to see something like this at a budget-friendly price, still being a good shooter. Virgin Starline brass for this, and we used a Federal number 150 primer. So now for the components that weren't all the same, that's the powder, we can talk about that now. So for the Hodgdon Tite Group, we started at 650 feet per second, which is the slowest one out of them all, at 3.6 grains of powder. Now that's really, really slow, and honestly I'd like to be faster than that, but it still shot really good at that speed. So we figured let's keep it in there, right? And then at our top one, we ended at 850 feet per second with this one, and at 4.9 grains of powder. The Tite Group did as good as it always does. It seems like sometimes it does take the top powder, but this one it didn't. But the nice thing about Tite Group is you can find it too right now. It's usually available, which is a good part about it. Now the next powder that I want to talk about is the Winchester 231. So this one was the most accurate powder tested between all four of these powders. And the best thing about the 231 is you go to your gun your gun store that you're going to go to or your reloading store, you're going to find Winchester 231. That's the best thing about that powder, is that it's available right now. I don't know why more guys don't use it, or maybe there's a ton of guys that do use it and that's why they make it. So, but the best thing about it is it's on the shelf, so that's always good to see. So with this one, we started at 700 feet per second at the 4.4 grains of powder, and then we finished at 900 feet per second at 5.7 grains of powder. Did as good as always, like it usually does, but it did just take the number one powder, the most accurate powder, I should say, out of these four, and it could have been a little bit more of me. They were all very, very close for fighting for number one spot. Now we're going to go to the Alliant powders, and the first one I want to talk about is the Unique. So starting at 700 feet per second, we're at 4.7 grains of powder, and then we finished at 6.1 grains of powder at 900 feet per second. The neat thing about Unique is the unique thing about Unique is it's so fluffy. The powder takes up a ton of space in the case, which I like to see. Getting good case fill on a case is always nice. Then the next powder is the Bullseye, which I know this one's even tougher to find than the Unique, but we wanted to keep it in there. And I only did 4 powders, but like I said, with all the other bullets too, we'll continue to add other powders in as we get time, and we'll either just republish the video or make a new video about it. But for the Bullseye on this powder, or on this bullet I should say, 700 feet per second, we're at 3.8 grains of powder, and went all the way up to the 900 feet per second again at the 5.2 grains of powder. So, like I said, all these powders did really, really well. I got really no complaints about any of them. I like them all. They all do great. The 231, that's my pick for sure. But we appreciate you guys watching the videos. We are coming up really close on 1,000 subscribers, and we appreciate that so much. Can't even begin to tell you how grateful we are for all you guys watching our videos. So if you aren't subscribed, make sure you go do that, and you guys have a good rest of your weekend.